Yo, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta po sa inyong lahat? So, if you want to build Qingxiao properly, the first thing you need to understand is that her damage comes from a two-stage Forte loop. Her first Forte is split between Chain Heart and Sword Cadence. You build it with normal attacks and her resonance skill, then use a heavy attack once the gauge is full. That heavy attack is the important part because consuming the first Forte puts Qingxiao into Ephemeral Transcendence. She goes airborne, gets stronger attack multipliers, and gains a second Forte gauge. From there, you go right back to normal attacks to fill that second gauge. Once it is full, another heavy attack consumes it and delivers her big damage hit. In simple terms, her loop is fill the first gauge, cash it in, fill the second gauge, and cash that one in harder. Two gauges, two heavy attacks, and apparently Qingxiao does not believe in one-step programs. Qingxiao's resonance liberation makes this loop much smoother. It increases her first Forte generation rate by 100% and applies Mind Lock, which increases her damage. Qingxiao also benefits from Tune Strain, and she increases the enemy's maximum Tune Strain stack limit by 1. Her normal rotation starts with the intro skill, which gives her a big head start towards the first Forte. Then use Resonance Liberation, followed by her Resonance skill, and then fill the first Forte with normal and heavy attacks to enter Ephemeral Transcendence. Then spam normal attacks again for the second Forte and heavy attack to trigger the new. Finish with her outro. Overall, the rotation itself is very simple. The difficult part is making sure the enemy is properly prepared before Qingxiao starts cashing those Forte gauges in. Aerial resonators have a habit of missing their targets entirely when their timing is off and their positioning is terrible. This is also where her team matters because Qingxiao does not simply want a teammate who buffs one particular skill. She wants teammates who make Tune Strain shifting faster, smoother, and more efficient. But before we get into that, there is one other thing worth considering. Qingxiao can get very expensive. So if you really like her, you may want Qingxiao herself, her signature weapon, Glint of Clouds, and potentially her sequences. That is a lot of asteroids, and the last thing you want is for your wallet to suffer more arrow damage than the enemies. And this is where Loot Bar can help. Now, looking for cheaper than in-game top-ups? Use my Loot Bar link down in the description and pinned comments for a massive up to 25% in discounts. New users using my link gets an instant 8% discount coupon as well. Trusted with enhanced security features, Loot Bar offers the cheapest deals and fastest delivery time. You can do their do-it-yourself top-up or my personal preferred option, the direct no-password top-up where you only provide your UID and region. This is a practical way to save big while supporting the channel. Always spend responsibly, and thank you for using my Loot Bar link and helping keeping the lights on here. Now, back to the video. For her team, Denia and Mornye are the premium quality of life pairing. The reason is simple. Both help Qingxiao build Tune Strain on enemies faster and more efficiently. They smooth out the setup she needs before going through her Forte loop, which makes the entire rotation feel less restrictive. One more thing about Tune Strain, because Qingxiao increases its maximum stack count herself, faster application is not just convenience. It means the team spends less time preparing the target and more time letting Qingxiao perform her damage sequence. That is why Denia and Mornye feel so much better in practice even when another team can still produce respectable numbers. If you do not have Denia, Linnea is a viable alternative. She can fill that support role without leaving Qingxiao stranded. For Mornye, Shorekeeper is the next best option. And once your main support needs are covered, Aero damage amplification becomes especially valuable in the sub-DPS slot, which makes Shakona and Alto good fits. If you do not have Mornye or Shorekeeper, Verena is the more accessible option. She will not provide the same level of optimization, but she keeps the team functional. Bulling is another 4-star healer option. Her outro provides team damage amplification, and her Resonator showcase shows that she and Qingxiao can work together. It is not the optimal pairing, but it is perfectly usable if you like the student-teacher setup. Qingxiao can teach bullying the ropes, just not necessarily the ropes of the meta. And now we move on to her weapons. Glint of Clouds, her signature, is the clear best in slot. Its base attack is only moderate for a 5-star sword, but it makes up for that with a huge amount of crit stats. Its passive also gives more attack, arrow damage, and defense shreds, making it extremely strong for Qingxiao. Glint of Clouds is roughly 20% better than Red Spring, which is a significant gap. Red Spring is her second best option, but its advantage over Emerald of Genesis is only around 5%. So if you already have Emerald of Genesis, I would not recommend pulling Red Spring just to chase a relatively small upgrade. Feather Edge is the notable 4-star Battle Pass option, but obviously the 5-star choices are much stronger. Moving on to our Echoes, stats, and build optimization. For Echoes, use the Heart of Evil Spurge set with a 4-3-3-1-1 configuration. The set gives 40% arrow damage and another 20% crit damage when Tune Strain is applied. So it lines up perfectly with what Qingxiao already wants to do. Use a crit 4 cost with Calamity Effigy, arrow damage bonus on the 3 costs, and attack percent on the 1 costs. If your weapon has lower base attack, 1-3 cost can be swapped to attack percent. For substats, prioritize crit rate and crit damage, then attack percent, flat attack, and finally energy regen. Around 120% energy regen is a good target for consistent rotations. For skills, prioritize Forte and Resonance Liberation first. Basic attack comes next because it is constantly used to fill your Forte gauges. After that, level Resonance skill, then intro skill last. And finally, we have the investment advice and final thoughts. If you are building Qingxiao on a budget, get the character first. Use a good existing 5-star sword if you have one, and focus on a proper echo set and functional teammates. Glint of Clouds is a major upgrade, but it also is a luxury. Red Spring is much less compelling if Emerald of Genesis is already sitting in your inventory. The sequences should be treated the same way. They are for players who genuinely want to push Qingxiao further, not something you need just to make her work. Qingxiao's actual gameplay is fairly straightforward. Once you understand the Forte loop, the bigger question is how much you want to spend making that loop stronger and smoother. Build the foundation first, then decide how deep you want to cut into the asteroid budget. As always, if this video resonated with you, please leave a like and subscribe, ring that bell for massive gacha luck and maybe a sandwich. Thanks so much for watching, maraming salamat po, and I will see you in my next video drop. Goodbye!